Hello everybody, I'm on the Fruits Basket episode 5, season 2, should have started with that. Season 2, episode 5, anime review. Very much an episode of two halves. Neither half was bad, that's not what I'm saying. First half we had some funnies actually with the gang, going to a haunted house and that. Tori was very funny. She's been sort of left at the wayside a little bit for most of this season. So I'm glad she at least got to do a few funnies, in the first half. And the second half can only be described in the phrase, well, that escalated quickly. And yeah, it did. It escalated very quickly. Called the twist coming a mile away, though. Definitely figured he was a Soma. Pretty early on. The beginning of the episode early on. And so yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's 90% of the character, no, maybe 70% of the characters are Somas. So it was a pretty good guess to make. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see how it all went down and everything, and do this thing. So yeah, we start off with Ubo working at the convenience store. She's doing great. I hated store work, just as a complete aside. Hated store work. Awful. Feel bad for her. But no, she's there and there's this guy who doesn't really seem to know what he's doing in the convenience store. And yeah, she laughs. He's like, you have a nice laugh. I hope one day we can meet again. And I'm just there thinking, okay, so they're going to meet again this episode. That's exactly what's going to happen. Then we'll get rid of them for a bit. We're going to focus on the main crew. Is there a main crew? Everyone's the main crew at this point. Summer break started, hooray. And I fully understand their excitement. Summer break is a good thing. And you get to do fun things. So, beach. There's got to be a beach episode. There's gotta be, ain't there? But it'll probably be really good, unlike 90% of beach episodes. So there's that to look forward to, probably. I would imagine so. I don't imagine they'd not go to the beach. Also, the poster and the opening, they're on the beach. So that would make a lot of sense. But hey, summer started, hooray. Hannah was pretty funny. She said, basically, she passed the exams because she didn't want to do the remedial classes in the not air-conditioned classroom. That's the only reason she passed. And she's like, yeah, I could pass no matter what, but just can't be bothered. And it's like, that's a power play right there. Being like, yeah, I could do it, but nah, why? And it's like, oof. Feel her there. Then Uo told them all about the clumsy guy who was like Toru. Forgot to mention that he slipped over like Toru did. It was a pretty it's funny. That's why she was laughing. She didn't just laugh at the guy for falling over. That'd be a bit harsh, and the manager would probably give you a swift talking to for that. The gang, they go out, they talk for a bit. I'm not going to go deep in all of that. Toru and Kyo and Yuki go outside, and Haru's just standing in the sprinkler, and Momoji shoots Kyo with a water gun. So then they decide to hang out, basically. They go to a haunted house, which I guess was just set up in a mall, which I guess for the summer, because the kids are out, I guess maybe it does make a little bit of sense. But yeah, they go to the haunted house. And they're like, well, some of us might... They just basically all just stare at Toru, who is there with the most terrified expression on her face. I don't know how else to describe it. It's very scared. But she's like, well, I have to do it now. You've challenged me. And it really seemed like Yuki and Kyo were using her as an excuse. Like, look, she's terrified. We can't go in. And then she took that as, oh, they really want to go in, but they can't because of me. So I have to push through now. So, but on the outside, it's just like... They wanted to go home. They really did. They're like, I want to go home. I want to go and do karate or other things Kyo does. It wasn't karate, I don't think. Whatever it is. They go in the haunted house. There's scared Toru. A lot of scared Toru. I got about 3 things that just say scared Toru in my notes, so scared Toru. Everyone else is fine with it because it's, you've been in a haunted house before. Yeah, it's pretty budget, I guess we'll call it. I don't actually think I've ever been in a haunted house. Now I'm thinking about it. I know we had them, when the town fair came in. But, yeah, I don't think I've ever been in it. I wasn't scared, guys. It wasn't I was scared. I know. To be fair, it probably wasn't that good. The town fair was pretty not great, I think I'll say. So, yeah, Toru has been in exactly at least one more haunted house than me. So there's that. Then she shuts her eyes because she's scared, but then she still gets scared because of the noises and she keeps bonking her head on something. And Kyo and Yuki quickly realize this is bad. She's gonna hurt herself pretty badly if you know, if we don't do something. So they both offer their hand, which then that's like civil war has started there. They're like, I will kill you. She's going to take my hand. They bicker for a bit. Momoji swoops in like the absolute champ he is, and is like, I'll hold your hand, Toru. These other guys, get rid of them. So yeah, Momoji, and meanwhile Haru, to help Toru not be scared, is like, this guy, he was abandoned by his mum, and he goes this very deep story. And like I was like, oh, that's quite funny what they're doing, and then it kept going and going and going. I was like, is there some relevance to this story? Because bloody hell, they've gone all in on it. It was crazy. But yeah, then he ends up breaking a head off one of the machines, the dolls, whatever you want to call it, and they have to talk to the manager about it. The manager is pretty funny. He says like, what's with all these like attractive people in my thing? It's like, I get it because it's anime. No, not because it's anime, because it's like shoujo anime, and you know, shoujo faces. I don't know how to describe it. I don't watch a lot of shoujo anime or, you know, read manga or whatever. But, you know, they've got the faces. They got like, there's like shoujo manga faces. I really don't know how to describe it any better than that. So, moving on. But yeah, they tell the manager the story, and he thinks it's very good as well. And Yuki and, probably Kyo, I was going to say Yuki and Kyo. Probably Kyo was like, everyone here is an idiot. It might have been Yuki, actually. He only calls Kyo an idiot, really. Moving on, the haunted house escapades have ended. So Uo just finished her shift at, not the convenience store, the other place she works. And she sees that guy again, just having a wander. And she goes up to him and is like, hey man, you know. And then they talk for about a few minutes, and then they're like, hey, let's go have lunch together. I'm like, okay, well that escalated quite quick, you know. The new guy is called Kurino. First red flag, didn't say his surname, so, I mean, he's a Soma, right? That's just where we're at. Then they're like, yeah, the dude's 26, and I'm like, let's just do some math right here. No is the answer to that. No, that's, if anything, that's borderline, you know. I don't know what to say on that. I'm not advocating nothing, but yeah, it was weird, you know. It was kind of weird. Why couldn't you just make him like a little bit younger? Maybe, is that a plot point? It was just a bit weird, personally, for me. It wasn't like completely outrageous. It's not like she's like 12 or something. That would be, you know, that's pretty bad. But no, she's like adult-like. She's independent. She's, you know, she's mentally. I'm really trying to justify this, if you couldn't tell. I think it's fine. You know, it's not. There's no forcing involved, so I guess it's all right, relatively, in the grand scheme of things. In the scale is what I meant. But yeah, that was kind of weird. It was just kind of like a weird thing. Like, why would you just not make him like a little bit younger? Is it that important? You know, just something like that. Maybe it is. Maybe it is going to be. It could very easily be. You know, I'm not. And if it is, I'll eat my hat. You know, maybe they'll make a thing about it. They probably will, honestly. Like, she'll tell whoever, Hana and Toru and whoever else, and they'll be like, well, he's a bit old. I can imagine Yuki or Kyo doing that. But then they're going to find out he's probably a Soma, so there's that. But yeah, then they talk for a bit. Then it gets a bit weird. He's like, yeah, I live and stuff as I'm ordered to, and I'm very happy. And then she's like, BS you are. Look at that fake, not fake smile, but that's like a 20% smile at best. You need to do a 100% smile if you're that happy. Also, then he said something about unnecessary things, and Uo got offended. Because she was like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm the unnecessary thing. This is unnecessary time. And it's like, dude needs to apologize. Stat. And to be fair, he did apologize very quickly. He was like, I worded that wrong. Let me rephrase this, you know. And then they do it. There's all lovey-dovey and stuff, you know. He's all like, yeah, I wanted to see you again too, a lot, and all that. Then they go for the kissu, and I was like, bloody hell. This part of the episode's been less than 10 minutes, and we're here already. We've escalated very quickly. But no, the kissu was a fake out. He like, proper harsh, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do the kissu fake out. It's a bad thing to do. But yeah, then he walks away, and everything. And Uo is just standing there. Obviously, he didn't do it, because I assume if he did it, he would have turned into an animal, is essentially what I'm thinking. Maybe that's going to be how she finds out. I honestly wouldn't be surprised at that. Although the end of the episode sort of contradicts that thinking. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, then she talks to Hana about it and everything afterwards. And then Hannah's brother. Interesting thing is just one line, which I think could be something later down the line. He's like, to Hannah, he's like, hey, are you lonely? Because obviously Tori's with the Somas. Uo is now got this bloke. Hannah's sort of been left in the dust. It does make me think, are they going to do a thing about that? Is Hannah going to be lonely? You know, it makes me think, you know. Hannah doesn't seem like the kind of girl that'd be like that, but hey, who knows, you know. I hope they do something with it. I think that'd be quite interesting. Like they were slowly drifting apart, but really, they're not apart. They're friends forever and all that. I don't know what I'm saying really. But yeah, then at the very end, not the very end, sorry, the others eating with Akito, not Akito, I've spoiled the end. Oh well. The others eating at Shigure's, Haru and Momoji came round and they had some food and it was good. Probably. I didn't eat it myself. But no, and then at the end, Kurano, meets with Akito. He's probably a Soma. I assume he's going to get locked up like the others. Maybe even he might get beaten a little bit because, what was the kid's name? Not Kisa, the boy kid. Hiro, was it Hiro? I think it was Hiro. Maybe he'll get beaten because he's like, hey, I love a woman. And he'll be like, no, you're not allowed to love a woman. And he'll smack him one. Because we still don't know what all that's about. I'm really annoyed at Akito once we learned he beat up Kisa. Not a fan of him at all. That was like we'd heard bad things all around. That was like the straw that broke the camel's back, I think. And now are they going to redeem him somehow? I don't want him to be redeemed. I don't like him. So there's that. So yeah, that was the end of this week's episode. Very two halves and everything. Interesting on all fronts though. More on the Uo and Kurano side. The others just kind of had fun basically. First day of summer, always the best day of summer. Is it? At my school, where everyone would just like go to the like near the park. There's just a big green field. Everyone used to go there and hang out. It was pretty wild. But no, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I wouldn't be surprised, I think, because Kurano seemed to imply that he was not going to see her ever again, meaning that he'd be locked up. So maybe that's going to happen. Akito's not going to let him out. I'm looking forward to what happens next. I think this is really good. I really hope it doesn't get delayed. Although I think we may get to that point, which is disappointing. So there's that. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out immensely. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.